Hey guys and girls, Echo from Premier Esports here. I'm known for being pred on two accounts at once during Season 3. One high sends and one very low sends, and I want to share with you the tips and tricks on how to perfect your aim. Let's get started. One fundamental thing you have to understand with your aim is your EDPI. This stands for Effective DPI or Effective Sends. You get this by multiplying your in-game sends by your DPI. This is your effective DPI or effective sends. A common misconception is that low DPI means lower sends, but that's not true. Here you can see that 800 1.5 is actually the same as 400 3.0. Now I'd like to start talking about 1v1s. This is very important in my training regimen, and I advise everyone to do 10 minutes of 1v1s a day. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of my favorite 1v1 locations. First of all, I like to grab blue attachments for any light ammo weapons to get used to the recoil. I'm going to show you these locations and where to stand to start your 1v1s on the crypto drone. Pause the time frame if you need a closer look. To start your 1v1s, stand in the correct spots and toggle friendly fire off. Do a countdown in Discord and have at it in a selected area. 1v1s help you practice movement, tracking, and flicking in real game scenarios. You can get a lot more practicing fighting in 10 minutes of 1v1s than an hour of playing. I definitely use 1v1s every single day. Once your target is dead, go ahead and toggle friendly fire off and give them a res. After they're resed, you can hit the M button or whatever button your map is bound to for you controller players and switch legends. And then switch back to the legend you want to play. This makes it so that you don't have to carry heals and you don't have to heal at all in 1v1s. It instantly resets full shields and full health. You can make use of your 1v1 time by saying if you're over flicking, over tracking, if something's maybe shaky in your hand or you need a sensitivity change. I advise everybody to go ahead and record your 1v1 so you can see if you're missing shots or your movement was bad and kind of find out why you're dying in the 1v1s. This can help you immensely in game because chances are the same reason you're dying in 1v1s is relatively the same reason you're dying in game. So grab a buddy and go ahead and start some 1v1s. This is the last spot that I prefer to do 1v1s. It has a high ground and a low ground, and it kind of consists of a building-like structure, so you can kind of get that building-like fight feel. Use all of these locations and try different weapons in different varieties, different sights. Get used to weapons that you're uncomfortable with because you never know what weapons you could get in game. You ever wonder how the pros can pick up a hemlock and one mag everybody with it? Well, this is why. A lot of us do 1v1s with the different weapons, even the ones we don't like. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into bot training. Go ahead and pick up a weapon and slide side to side and go ahead and shoot the little red bots. This is really good. It helps you with tracking, with kind of seeing if you're over aiming or under aiming. I do tend to do this a lot as a warm-up because it kind of gets my hand in the motion of if I'm moving a certain amount, how much should I be counter aiming with my hand? I also do a lot of flick drills on the bots, as you can see here with the wingman. These flick drills kind of get your hand muscle memory of if my aim is not on target, how much do I need to move my mouse to put it on target? Just go ahead and flick left to right. You can even flick the little dummies above the tummies, if that makes sense, and move around. Just feel your aim. You just want to get a real good feel for the muscle memory because that's what we're trying to build here. We're trying to make it like driving a car. Have you ever had the feeling of after a drive, you kind of don't remember the drive taking place? You're just kind of at point B already? That's what you want to do here. You want your mind to see the target in front of you and your hand to automatically do the motion. Now what I'm going to show you is how to activate the bots. If you go up into this upper right corner as path and don't have a weapon equipped, you can grapple up as you're going to see here. Once you do that, if you crouch as far forward as you go and switch characters, it'll go ahead and activate bots. This gives the bots weapons and makes them move around. It's not really as good as 1v1s, but it kind of gives you practice multi-target switching and just in general fighting something that's not just standing still. Don't forget, while fighting these bots, if you do go low health because they do shoot, you can always hit the M button and switch legends as I do here. This isn't as good as 1v1s like I said, but it works. Next, we're going to talk about Kovacs. Kovacs is an aim trainer used by thousands of good FPS players. I'm showing here a website. What people don't understand about Kovacs is they put their sensitivities in and assume that it's the correct sensitivity. Well, that's not the case. If you put in your Apex sensitivity into Kovacs, even if you have everything set up properly on Kovacs, you're going to be using your hipfire sens. Kovacs does not take into account the FOV change or the field of view change due to aiming down sight. The highlighted number here that I keep highlighting once I do these settings is our ADS sensitivity, the one that we use for 1x's. I'll put the link to this calculator in the description below. Pretty much copy my settings as long as you play 110 FOV. And then go ahead and put in your own sens and your own DPI into the calculator. Here I'm going to show you how to set up Kovacs for Apex Legends. On the sensitivity scale, make sure you click the Apex Legends button. On the FOV measurement, you want to have Apex Legends selected. And then you can use the FOV chart to kind of move around if you play 110, 100, 105, or 90. In the video, you want to make sure you're playing full screen windowed and whatever resolution you play in-game. Here's the horizontal sensitivity. This is where we're going to go ahead and take the sensitivity that we just got from the calculator and paste it. That way we're practicing with our ADS sensitivity for a 1x, or you could put 2x or 3x as you can see on the calculator, instead of our hipfire. This will make practicing a lot more accurate and really help build that muscle memory in game. This really helps, so make sure you download Steam and download Kovacs. It's definitely worth the money. I'm not monetized by them and I don't get any endorsements or sponsorships, I promise. I just use it quite a bit. This is called Tall Frenzy, the one you see on your screen right now. It's a flick-based drill and it's really good for getting back on target and wingman skills. If you play the challenge mode, it'll give you a certain score at the end of every drill. You can use this to keep track of how you're doing. Keep in mind, if you're over flicking or under flicking, over tracking or under tracking, your sens may be too high or too low. In that case, you can up it or low it a little bit. I suggest doing this through the in-game sensitivity, not your DPI. I suggest keeping DPI at 800 or 400, as that's the most common. Anything above 1000 DPI can cause issues with your mouse, and depending on your mouse, sometimes even lower can cause issues. This is Kata IC long strafes. It's a tracking-oriented drill. I do this, and if I see that I'm over-tracking or under-tracking, I either adjust my sens or adjust how I'm aiming. Finally, this drill is called Tall Frenzy Mini. It's good for tracking and long-range wingman shots. Really good for those tiny flicks you have to do when people move slightly when you're trying to hit them with a wingman or any type of sniper like the Scout. I suggest you take a look through Kovacs. There's a lot of drills you may use that I don't. Anything that can help you is beneficial in the long run to your career in Apex Legends. I hope I've helped you find an aiming routine. You can message me on Discord or Twitter with any questions. Remember to check me and my team out in the Twitch link in the description, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. I'm thinking about doing a movement guide next, but we'll see. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and hit me up with a comment. I really appreciate it, guys. Hopefully I've helped you.